I chased this van for 3 years and I've only actually had it driving on the road for 48 days. Now the MOT ran out on this thing and we've been scratching our head trying to find the fault regarding an ABS issue to get it fixed, to get it back on the road again. And I can't wait any longer. We need to get this thing back up and running so we can create more content with it. This Transporter is a dream I've been chasing for 3 years. When I bought it, I knew it had an ABS fault, but I didn't expect it to be this hard to try and fix. This is where you guys come in. Now, I've relied on YouTube for years to try and find information for fault finding on various different cars I've worked on with various different problems. But now, the roles have reversed and I'm not searching on YouTube for the answers. I've got you guys coming to my videos to give me the answers of things to try and investigate, which I think is absolutely awesome and I'm so grateful for it. Now I'm jumping on a suggestion from one of my subscribers for a inspection of the wires behind the rear light to see if there's any broken cables there, which could be our problem. Working off a suggestion from one of my subscribers, we need to get the wheels removed off the car so we can remove the inner wheel arch lining. As you can see here, I'm making a start removing the little T25 Torx which hold that in place, but obviously we're in the UK, it's an older vehicle, so them screws are rusted and awkward to get out because that is just how it goes when you work on cars nowadays. So as you can see, we're making an attempt to get the screws out of the wheel arch lining so we can get it removed, which will then allow the access to the wires, which I believe are tucked behind this plastic shield. Now, I decided to get some safety specs on because I didn't want any dirt or rust falling in my eyes and not being able to see for the rest of my life. So ensure safety first. With the wheel arch lining out, you can see the ABS lines that run through the arch and then go up to behind the rear light. The next step is to get the rear light out so we can pull that loom through the back side of the light and investigate the wiring, because there is a really common issue on these where there's a join that Volkswagen put on the two cables and they corrode, separate, and obviously then break the electrical circuit, which is maybe why the light isn't coming on. But let's whip this light out, pull the cables through and see what ours looks like. So just whilst I'm removing this light, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel recently. It is absolutely come on leaps and bounds and I'm so grateful. And it really does make a difference. You guys watching the videos and subscribing is absolutely awesome. So massive thank you and a big shout out to you guys, because without you, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. I've just dropped the screw, but with both of them screws out, we can, this will be on like little bungs on the other side. Let's pull that out and then disconnect the light. I might need to get a flathead screwdriver to do that. Oh no, I've done it. That's one light removed. With the wheel arch lining out, we can remove these little cables which are clipped to little screw threads on the actual body of the van itself. We're then going to make a start on cutting the cable ties which are holding all the ABS wires intact around the inside of the wheel arch. This will allow us to pull them through up into the back of the rear light so we can actually assess them further. As you can see here, removing the last clips and then pushing it up inside the rear of the arch and then pulling it out from the tail light. Successfully managed to rip the van apart, undo all Adam's good work, pull all the insulation out and make an absolute mess. But I think we might now be in a position to inspect this cable. Pulled the cable up through the wheel arch. Now, I think this is possibly the affected cable. So I'm going to pull all this sheath off and see what we're left with. Pulled all the cables out. Now I can't seem to find a join on the actual line that looks like it comes from the ABS, but on this massive loom of cables I've just pulled the tape off and I've discovered these three, I guess they're live, which are like molded into like one sort of bit of a connection there that had tape over it. So I'm wondering if that is an issue for the ABS. So I just thought about cutting that off and using a Wago connector on that. I'm starting to give up at this point. Plugged the diagnostics in, the code is still showing. I've tried to clear the fault, but that still isn't having any of it. The light is still on the dashboard. So what I've just done with that connection isn't actually anything wrong with how that was. So it doesn't matter, everything's still working in terms of the lights and stuff at the back, but it just means we're no further forward. Starting to scratch my head now. Managed to find the connections on either side on the wiring, and it does appear that they are absolutely spot on. There's no issues with them. So our issue is going to be somewhere else in the van, but we are starting to run out of ideas with this thing. As you can see by these factory joins, they are absolutely spot on. There's no issues with them on the near side, and the same goes for the off sides. They are absolutely fine also. After exhausting all your guys' suggestions, I decided to turn rogue, and I tried to do something that weren't quite legit, weren't quite by the book, and then later realised it wasn't going to work. And that was the old trusty trick of putting some tape over the fault lights on the dashboard to get it for an MOT, but then quickly realised that it wouldn't pass an MOT because they have to illuminate and then remove themselves off the dashboard to show that they work. So that was a massive failure too. As you can see, if I turn the lights on or turn the ignition on, the lights aren't there, but the sound is still sounding. But today I've enlisted the help of an old college friend of mine to help me test the electrics on this thing to see if we can finally pinpoint where our fault is coming from, and then we can move forward with actually trying to fix this thing to get it prepared for its MOT, and fingers crossed, get filming with it again. When I bought this van, I never anticipated it to be such a problem to try and fix. I thought it was going to be easy, but I guess that's where having cool friends comes into play. So cheers, Sam. Sam set off by putting the registration into his AA Haynes roadside manual. Now, he looked at various different things on here which would hopefully try and pinpoint where our issue was. We also looked at wiring diagrams to see where the wiring probably routed. Now, we did check the fuse board to make sure that the fuses weren't blown, as I wasn't 100% sure that I checked the right ones. Sam then got his multimeter out and tested the rear sensors to see if there was any current or resistance going to them. We then tested the plug underneath the seat, and as you can see, we did have voltage going to that, so that wasn't the issue there. We then quickly decided to test the wires at the rear to see how far the current was actually travelling to. But no more negativity, because today we're all about positivity, because without that you aren't going to get anywhere. And today we've got an MOT on the van. Now you might think, Ollie, why are you taking it for an MOT? Because it's going to fail. Well, we're going to take it to the garage and they're going to see if they can fix it. If they can fix it, they're going to put an MOT on it, and then we will be laughing. But before we can do that, we need to torque up the rear wheels, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a scrub up, make it look nice and pretty for its MOT. We'll torque the wheels up, get it washed, and then if we can film in the MOT bay workshop area, then we will, but if not, we'll catch up afterwards.
3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I could flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. It's a new day, days been new. Been a decade since I made it out of rental. We some owners, baby, we don't got no rent due. My trick, but my wife, you like the trick too. Merry Christmas, hey, Saint Nick. What we want, get, we on wait list. How we got here doesn't make sense. Have patience, that'll make sense. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I could flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. time. Picking up the slack, joining this prime way I'm getting to the rack. I do what I want, when I want, where I want, no cap. Put in all work, now I'm getting to the back. 25-8, I got money on my mind. Live life great, but I'm always on the grind. Navy blue tank, I don't wear it for the time. Real hustler, baby, throw my rollie in the sky.
Get ready for blast off.
Ball pointing cushy, so you know it's berserk.
The van's fate lies in my hands, and I can proudly say that the van has now got 12 months of motoring under her belt. So well done to the van, but you're probably wondering how we managed to get an MOT on this thing. Because I couldn't sort the ABS fault on this thing, I took it to the garage for them to have a look at so they could see if they could get their head around it, and they came to the conclusion there was an issue with the plug under the seat. So they rectified that, put an MOT on it, and I would be lying if I said it passed with flying colours, because there is a few issues that we do need to sort out. I've got it up on my phone. So the van had some advisories and a repair as soon as possible. So repair as soon as possible, we've got a outer drive shaft constant velocity boot severely deteriorated, which I noticed yesterday when I washed it. There's a little bit of oil on the wheel. We've got near side front tyre slightly damaged. Yeah, I've seen that. That's not good. And anti-roll bar pin or bush worn, but not resulting in excessive play. So we have got to get them issues sorted out. But regardless of that, we can now get back behind the wheel of this thing and shoot some more cool content with it. I also want to give a massive shout out to you guys behind the screens watching this, because as of this moment we've just hit 1,127 subscribers, and I couldn't be more grateful for you guys. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, ultimately smash that subscribe button, because it really does go a long way. And if you have enjoyed this video, check out Lowdown Transports for similar van stuff, or for cleaning, head over to Water Finesse for their channel. But that is all we have got time for, so I will catch you guys in the next one.